Hey folks, welcome to Guitar Daily. My name's Nick Granville. This is my daily thing I do on YouTube. Wellington, New Zealand based, session musician, recording artist, educator, all of those things. Today what I thought I'd talk about is I just bought an FRFR, one of the speakers. I had the Fender FR10 and the Fender FR12, the 10 and the 12. And they were just in for trial. While they were here, the 10 sold, someone bought it, and then when I went to take the 12 back, that also sold. So they were both sold before I'd even got them back to the shop. But it was interesting to test them. I think I preferred the 10 at the time. So then 3 more of them came back into the country. This shows how popular these things are. 3 more came back into the country in New Zealand here. And there were 2 FR12s and 1 FR10. I borrowed an FR12 and an FR10. And I decided I'm going to buy the FR10 too, by the way. So I picked up the FR10, the FR12 went to Auckland, it sold straight away. The other 12, I took it back because I was like, I'm just going to buy the 10. And I'll give my reasons why. And then someone bought it that day. So it shows how popular these things are. But anyway, I thought I'd talk about why I went for the 10 over the 12. Because I hummed and hawed about this a lot and I did some more testing. So here it is. The little FR10. Alright. The reason I went for this over the 12 is that I think the 12 doesn't sound as good. To me, the 10 sounded clearer, less boomy bottom end. I found I could make the 12 sound like the 10, but what I had to do was like turn the bass control down quite a bit. And to me, it was a lot more unnatural. The other thing, too, is the size difference. If you have a look at them here, I'll show you a little photo where I put them side by side. The 10 is significantly smaller and significantly lighter and significantly cheaper. And I tested them both on a symphony gig that I did last week. And I liked the sound of the 10. The 10 had more punch and more kick. The 12 sounded bigger and rounder, but less naturally so. It's a bigger cabinet too, so it was sort of a little bit... and the reason I was humming and hawing about this, and I struggled to make a decision even still now, is that I already own an 8. I already own this, the Headrush, and the FR108, a little 8-inch thing, and I hate this. It sounds good. It's a really good sounding unit. I just don't like the form factor. To me, you'll notice I covered over the logo, and that's because if you run it the right way up and you plug into here, that when it's sitting on its side as it's meant to be, that bit would actually be pushing into the floor and bending your cable. So I actually run it upside down, and then of course the logo being upside down just looks blimmin' annoying. So the form factor doesn't work particularly great like that. And so what I did was I put some black gaffer tape over the logo there, and I put a white strip so I know which side it's supposed to go up. Also same with the jug cord. You know, jug cord would hit the floor if it sticks out that way when the floor's going like that. So I found that to be such a pain. There's no EQ on here. Now I know with the Fractals you can set up a perform page. To me it's just quicker to have it on the unit. I want to have it right on the top. With this, it's right there on the top. I can just go, there we go, less bass, done. One less thing to think about. And I can do that while I'm playing. I can hold a chord and I can kind of twist things, you know what I mean? Whereas reaching down to a pedal board, not so easy. So this form factor I don't like. This to me feels like a PA speaker. It sounds good. These are plenty grunty. I've used it on plenty of gigs. They're much cheaper. These are, I think they're like $6.50 in New Zealand or something like that. I'm going to hang on to this. I will use this. Sometimes maybe even both if it's a bigger outdoor gig. But most of the time I just wanted something quick and easy, which is like the FR10. I think most people, the FR10 is the way to go. Most people don't need the 12. They might think they do. I mean, the risk that some people have... I've had a lot of questions from people saying, should I buy the 12? You know, is there going to be enough bass, like, say, in a power trio? I used it with an orchestra the other day, playing, like, everything from funk stuff to rock stuff, and the 10 was coping perfectly fine. I had the volume on about halfway, and in fact, I don't think I even turned the modeler volume up full either. So there was still plenty of headroom. I could hear it. It was a nice sound. It was pleasing. The cut control, it took me a minute to kind of get my head around it. Realize that if you have it on 0, I'll show you. If you have it on at that position, that's actually full treble, and you're actually turning down treble. And that took me a minute to kind of get my head around. I went, okay, about there seems to sound right. Yeah, super happy with it. I tried the tilt back legs. So you can tilt these back and actually like lean the amp up towards you. I don't particularly like that. I never liked running guitar amps like that either. To me, just sit it on the floor. And that's kind of the way. So that's kind of what I did. I bought the FR10. Will I buy a second one? Probably at some point. I have to do some more gigs to get some money to buy a second one. I think in stereo they'd be a really nice pair to have together. Also, I need kind of redundancy with stuff. So, you know, there's times like, say, when I do theatre shows, I might have all my rig in one venue, and then say I have another gig that night or a daytime thing or something, then I need a second setup. So that's kind of why I have an FM9 and FM3 for two different purposes. Different travel, different what have you. So I probably will buy a second one of these at some point. They're really good. The format is good. They work. They just work. So yeah, so I bought an FR10. Yeah, really enjoying it. I have done one other gig since then, and it just worked. And I had Corey Chris Jansen around here a couple of days ago in the studio, and if you haven't seen that performance, do watch it. And that performance is him playing through the FR10, FM3 into the FR10 Fender, and I just put a mic in front of it, about that far away, and it sounds great. No, I didn't. No, I recorded the FR10 out of the Fractal Direct, and then I had a mic in the room to pick up a bit of his guitar and a bit of the amp. That's what I should have said. And I sort of positioned it. If you look in the video, you'll see it's kind of about over here to get a bit of the body of that, but it's also, you know, the amp's in the room, so it's picking up some of that from a more distant thing, which I like with jazz guitars. I don't like things to be too front, you know, so... But of course it had the direct from the Fractal and then a little bit of the mic in the room, which is what I do on a lot of these videos. This sound here... See how you can hear the pick? That's because of the mic. I much prefer that, to be honest. Yeah, so anyway, I bought an FR10. That's what my reasons for doing so. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. I'll play you out on something. I'm going to play, so play a little funky type thing. I'm going to play something a little different now. I think I'll do something with a bit of tremolo. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. See you tomorrow. Cheers.